Swing and a high fly ball right field.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video here.
And a quick out number one. Now
live
here is
stream.
George Brett.
It's actually been a
outside.
It's actually been a while since I've done a live stream, so I will explain that.
And that one ripped into right. Soto makes the grab. 2 down.
Yeah, it's been a while because of the fact that I actually was not on PS3 for PS3. Oh my God, PS5 for probably a week.
That's out to center.
Maybe more than that. I don't really know. I mean,
Lindor
kind of feels like it was a week. So pretty much what happened was
Luis Angel Acuna.
The internet was not working somehow on the PS5. Like, it wasn't connected to our router. I'm not saying what the name of it is, but the internet. We have Xfinity, and pretty much it just would not connect.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
So I had my stepdad take a look at it. I didn't want him to, but it was a good thing I did because he pretty much said that the issue is the router.
Swing and a ground ball.
I thought it was the PS5 because I was ready to sell it and be like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of going through a lot of PS5s, and maybe I'll go back to Xbox.
Francisco Lindor in the box now. I mean, no balls in a strike.
For one, I think PS5 is way better than Xbox One.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air.
Series X, that is. I mean, I'm talking about the one, that's the expensive one, which is like the brother of the PS5, or just...
Here's Pete Alonso.
Yeah. The counterpart, the one that people go for Plan B if they can't get the PS5.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
And if you want my advice, don't get an Xbox Series X. Stick with PS5. And I'm pretty sure that is sold more copies than the Xbox Series X.
He just is having a hard time catching up.
And the polar bear.
So what I'm doing is I'm doing some Conquest on here.
Frank Thomas. Senga back to work. Line drive.
Trying to get some home runs as well, too, because they had
here's the shortstop
the program for the moonshot thing, but the moonshot event has ended. The program is still active, and all you got to do is try and finish that a little bit and get closer to some of the rewards, and I'm trying to. And right now I'm having a tough time with this Conquest. There we go, finally.
That's back there, that one way back, and it's gone.
Using Rich Sexton from Seattle Mariners, and using a bunch of other players like Jim Edmonds from the Team Affinity for the St. Louis Cardinals, because they did release a bunch of other players too. I'll have to show that after this game.
First offering is fouled off.
I know everybody's aware of it and stuff, but like I said, I was off of PS5 for at least a week.
2 down, nobody on.
I had no idea what the problem was, because I kept saying, well, why isn't it connected to the internet, for some reason? It just made no sense, because my phone was connected, and I was active on the app, on the PlayStation app. The PlayStation app said on there, that I was online and stuff, but not on the actual console, The console. God dang it, why do I keep doing that? I know I usually swing at a lot of pitches like that, but I usually take a first pitch, but this is play versus the CPU. I keep calling it computer, but they just call it CPU. I thought that stood for computer. I guess it does not. I think computer is COM or COMP. But CPU, I mean, I thought it was always, a computer. But I guess not. So anyway, I'm just doing this stuff to try and get closer to a couple more things, and then try and do some Diamond Dynasty ranked seasons. I don't know if I'll do a game of that on this. I had to cut the grass earlier today. I'm a little bit tired out from that, but I'm okay. And I've been under the weather, unfortunately, too. I mean, I'm not sure, you can tell by the way I sound, but I have, been coughing a lot of times, unfortunately.
2 outs.
I was just clearing my throat there. It wasn't a cough.
Here's a rip to short.
Damn. So, yeah, I've been struggling, unfortunately, with that. But I, of course, have been working a lot. Been working almost 6 days, which is great. I've been getting a good amount of money.
On Soto. Mark Vientos.
And yes, I'm full-time.
Strike one.
All right, so nobody has to know about my job, and stuff, but I just share a little bit of information, not a lot. I'm using a common pitcher. This is Mason Black of the San Francisco Giants, because I'm trying to use other common pitchers. Oh no. Damn you, Nemo. Sorry, I knew I shouldn't have threw a fastball. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I mean, I shouldn't have threw that fastball in there. It should have been outside or so.
In the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning.
Yeah, I went to the baseball game as well too with my aunt. We faced the Minnesota Twins, even though we lost both of them. But the Orioles are doing really good now. They've won 3 in a row, and I don't want to jinx that, but I got to say how many they won in a row.
And that one hit to
maybe.
First.
Okay. Oh, gotta hurry.
Tosses to the pitcher covering the bat.
No, it was the catcher. I think it was up.
Back here at Citi Field.
All right, Craig Biggio. I haven't really used this card a whole lot, but I need to. He's a very good card. AJ, little man, always despises him, which I hate. I've been losing my interest in little man's videos now. I just think I'll do my own content. But nobody ever watches it, because I can't edit my videos like they do and all that, or thumbnails they do and stuff, and I'm not a content creator like they are, but I don't have to be a content creator. I mean, just try and do the best on my channel, but I've been doing this for a while. I had another channel and I had close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really need to get that one back. But I have the information, but they won't let me in because it's linked to my old phone number. I guess I gotta contact some kind of support for YouTube and tell them I don't have access to that phone number. Wow, look at that. We just caught a really big break right there. Now we gotta get any kind of hit, get them home. And it's not, yes, it is going to do it. I thought for sure the shortstop is going to gobble that up and get it.
He scores and they
there we go.
Lead. And it's an RBI single. It's 2-1. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Frank Thomas. Hit on the ground to short. They get the force.
Freaking slider right there. I gotta bring in a new pitcher.
Ronnie Mauricio.
He would be the tying run booth.
Go with Johan Duran or
if he gets a good pitch to handle.
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Johan Duran.
Well,
Johan Duran, something like that, whatever his name is pronounced. Yeah, he's a common, but he's part of the moonshot thing. Got to get the XP, with him and a few others
to get
closer to more players.
That's a strike.
There we go. Strikeout is good. We'll take 2 more of those. So once we finish this game, I'll go through some stuff on here, just to tell everybody, what exactly, Oh my God! Oh, that wasn't. That was not down the middle either. Somehow he hit that out.
It's 2-2.
Yeah, I guess it kind of was in the middle.
Here is Luis Angel Acuna, late on that fastball.
I got to stop these fastballs. We're going to start locking in on them. But we go to the next inning, we're going to have the runner on base. The stupid, ghost runner, or the runner that starts in extra innings. And of course, we're only playing 3-inning games in Conquest.
Here's Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, you're not getting a fastball Lindor. Yeah, you can forget about that. You can do that 3 more times, 2 more times.
And that misses. And the count is 1-1.
Even if I got a full count on him, I'm not throwing no fastball. He'll hit it out.
Through that one.
I'm going to try that splitter again. See. Okay, we'll take that. Strikeout would have been better. We'll take it. All right.
Tyrone Taylor. Now it's
got Cal Ripken here. This is the parallel for Cal Ripken of the Team Affinity. Of course, I love using Cal Ripken. One of them cards, people don't use very much because his fielding is great. He's won 2 MVPs. One of them players that doesn't get any respect. and broke Lou Gehrig's consecutive game streak record. Some, of course, you know, say that thing is overrated and stuff. I mean, I know. Ooh, that was close. Afraid Frank wasn't going to get his hand in. But yeah, I mean, but that was one of the greatest celebrations in baseball history. Cal Ripken ran around the ballpark, took a victory lap, and high-fived, handshaked, and hugged a lot of people. That is people showing respect to a man, you know, that played every single game.
The throw in, and the throw's offline, safe at third.
Did that all the way from May 1982 to September 1995. That's almost 13 years right there. That's like 12 and a half years pretty much. But still, that...
with a single so far. Hard grounder into the
there we go. I remember, you know, seeing it on television. Of course, I didn't know anything about it. I thought he had to hit a home run for those numbers to change on the wall on the warehouse, the B&O warehouse. But my folks told me no, he didn't have to hit a home run. It was just a consecutive game streak record, and all he had to do was just play the game.
He'll score. Not in time. He's safe, and it's second and third with nobody out.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here.
But yeah, man, I remember watching it on HTS, the channel that the Orioles were playing on. There we go. They also did play on ABC, but they also had their local channel.
And they add to their lead. It's 8-2. Now it's the
like now, they play on a channel called MASN, which is the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
And it's okay. I mean, the only problem is that we had to share it with the Nationals. But I think next year we will not have to. Either the Nationals are going to get their own channel for their games, or the Orioles will. I think the Orioles are going to. I don't know, but I don't know what it's going to mean for our broadcasters. You know, like Ben McDonald, Jim Palmer, and Kevin Brown, and the rest of them. I mean, if they wind up going to a different, you know, different people, you know, and all that stuff, you know, to call baseball games. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to be all right. Because, like I said, the Orioles will probably stick with MASN, and the Nationals will get their own. Either way, it shall be. Nice one.
High and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. That'll fire up the dugout. It's their second home run of the inning.
Hope everybody has been doing well. I mean, like I said, just minus, you know, me being under the weather, you know, but I'm fine, actually. You know,
and very nicely done for the out.
I did cut the grass, like I said, and I feel good, actually. Just despite the cough a little bit, you know, but other than that, you know, I have an appetite, you know, and I feel really good. That might get through. There we go. Okay.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what
probably a week ago, you know, it was really bad with my coughing a little bit, but I think I also have allergies too, you know, and I hope it's not like a sinus infection or anything, but it happens. Happens in the springtime a lot. It is springtime, and I'm as happy as a little girl.
He can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Ball 1 there.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up.
In case anybody's wondering, you know, if I'm talking to any girls or anything, because, you know, you all know about my relationships with people like Christine, and that's pretty much about... I mean, I know you remember Ann, and there was a girl named Sarah that I was with for a little bit, but it only lasted like maybe a month or two because of the fact that she stole, unfortunately. You know, she's not really a very nice person. But yeah, I've been talking, you know, to some people, but not any of those people that I mentioned. I've just been pretty much talking to Tammy, one of my friends. I've been talking to her for at least a couple of years, and we've seen each other a bunch of times too. We're not together, you know, but we do talk to each other, which is all right. I mean, it's my business too. You know, nobody can say, "Oh, you shouldn't be talking to them," or "You can't date them." But like I said, I'm not dating her. You know, we're just talking and all that. And I'm talking to another person too. Her name is Stacy. She lives about maybe 10, 14 minutes from here in the Parkville area, but where I used to live. But she, you know, is I mean, a nice person and stuff. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with her. Just not really giving a whole lot of information. Anyway, I'm bringing Josh Hader now.
And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Josh Hader.
And you know,
don't like using Josh Hader that much. Kind of wish he was an Oriole, but we do have Felix Bautista. And Hader is a closer. He wasn't when he started with Milwaukee. Nice pitch. Very nice one. Don't you dare hit this out.
He was late there, strike one.
I just don't know why these cards are commons. You know, I guess because they do that because of the Moonshot program. I played a little bit of the Moonshot program. I actually played 5 games and I won 5. But now the program, the event must have ended like yesterday or something, or today. I really don't know. Oh God, that's going to drop. That's okay. It's only going to be a double. Pretty close one. That's all right. Just one run.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it.
Don't do it again.
Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that.
I don't know. That was a risky pitch. Chris Single didn't say it was a risky pitch, but I disagree with that.
One strike away.
There we go.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that is the ball game.
Offensive.
All right. Trying to figure out how to turn down the game audio, you know, when I'm doing a stream and stuff. I'm looking on Google here, how to turn down game volume on PS5. Alright, so go to settings. I gotta charge my controller too, damn it. And sound. Well, that's very helpful, unfortunately. Alright, never mind. I gotta plug in the thing so I can charge up the cord so I can charge my controller, and I don't know where it is. So if I plug it in, I'm gonna lose battery, and here it is. I found it. Thank goodness. Alright, so put that in, put cord in, and we're good. I had to get another PS5 controller, unfortunately. I did not mention that. I was using the PlayStation 30-year anniversary controller, and the right analog stick is kind of messed up, unfortunately. It kind of moves on its own, you know, or it might be that stick drift thing or whatever. So, yeah. So, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with it. You know, I'm probably going to have to chuck it because I cannot take it to GameStop. Guy Aaron said he really would not take it, unfortunately, because of being defective and whatever and all that stuff. I did get a pack for that, so luck hasn't been all that great. Oh my god, I got 2 of those. 2 David VRs. Marketplace saying they... Okay, so I must have got... Okay, I got Kerry Carpenter and Mason Wynn from the Moonshot thing. Okay. Now some stuff to go over, so here we go. Not with that. So here we go. We have, so where we left off from, we have an MLB rivalry, as such a hard word to say a lot of times, MLB Rivalry Weekend, which is a 91 Adolis Garcia. I think it's pronounced Adolis, not Adolis. But we also got a 90 Hunter Brown, which is kind of interesting because I thought he had like a sinker. But this one has 184 and this one has 164. But pretty good picture, you know, and just some stuff on here. Well, this is like the stuff, you know, but I decided just to do the Conquest thing, you know, and do that. And there are some stats on here. If I get a save with a pitcher, and it'll give me 5 points, and it'll put me at 25. And if I finish the Conquest, I didn't really read how many it said I would get. I tried to, but I pressed the button. It would be 50. So 50 and 25, that is, wait a minute, there's new show shop items available. Okay, we just had an update. Okay, I think I gotta exit out of here and see what we got. I said there was new stuff, so what's going on now? Okay, well, I'm still not seeing, like, nothing really there. Nothing in the show shop. Okay, I'm really not seeing anything. Alright, so the stuff with Hader and Duran, I mean, if I get those two, it'll be 10, 5 each for them. That'll put me at 20, which will net me 5,000 XP and an 87 Jose Siri. Then I'll have to use him, and I gotta get 3 home runs with him, but I'll have to do that and play versus CPU, probably. And still these other things I'd like to get done, too. But anyway, the MLB rivalry thing, we already went over that. Then, like I said, if it's, so 50 and 25, that is, it's 75, and pretty much that would net me all that. So yeah, if I just finish that or get if I get a save with a primary closing pitcher and then finish the Conquest, I'll get all this stuff. So we'll probably finish that. Now, the Moonshot one, now, of course, all these common people, you got 64 Josh Hader, 64 Corey Kluber, 64 Tanner Scott. Now, however, there was like a little bit of an issue at first. Somehow, like, people were having trouble with this because they were saying, well, wait a minute, I can't get Tanner Scott, you know, because originally I think the other one was Jose Alvarado, but recently Jose Alvarado has been suspended for something, but for what I read, that it was something, you know, that was, like, not illegal, but somehow he's gotten suspended. I don't think really it was his fault, but anyway, people were unable to get Tanner Scott, and they said, well, you're going to have to, like, say something to SDS or something, San Diego studio, and tell them that you need Tanner Scott instead of Alvarado. But I got him, and I pretty much got him locked in, so yeah, I don't have to worry about that. Then we got 64 Cliff Lee and 64 Johan Duran. Already went over that. This is the program, you know, once again, and then you got 87 Jose Siri. Then you have a 88 Josh H. Smith of the Rangers. 89 Luis Arias from the San Diego Padres, 90 Roberto Clemente, and I gotta be honest, the card art is actually pretty nice looking. This is probably one of the nicest card arts I've seen so far, and that will be 25. Then we got a Full Moon Eclipse pack, which contains 1 player, so of course, the choices will be either the base round, which is pretty much those players, I think. The base round, which are 87 Joseph Ortiz of the Milwaukee Brewers, 87 Colt Keith of the Detroit Tigers, 87 Alan Trammell of the Detroit Tigers, a flashback, which is really, really awesome. 87 Harmon Killebrew from the Minnesota Twins, 87 Zach Neto of the Los Angeles Angels, and then the mid-round, 89 Kerry Carpenter, 89 Bryce Terang, and 89 Dalton Varsho. And then, of course, the rare round, 91 Jock Peterson and 91 Bo Bichette. And pretty much if you try and get them, as you see on the marketplace, how expensive they are, the sell now price, which is, a lot, and the buy now, yeah, they're pretty much over 100,000 stubs. Because, again, they're the rare rounds. Then the Eclipse packs. So we go all the way over here. 87 Heliot Ramos. 87 Andy Pages. It's pronounced Pages, not Pages. 87 Joey Bart. 87 Jesus Sanchez. And 87 JJ Bleday. Now for the mid-round. 89 Mason Wynn. 89 Sean Murphy. And 89 Jason Giambi. A lot of people usually do like using Jason Giambi, but to me, sometimes, but not all that much. Not really one of my favorite players growing up either. I mean, he was at first until I found out, what he has pretty much done. Well, with what happened, the scandals, all that stuff. You know what I mean. And the rare round, 91 Lou Brock and 91 Jameer Candelario. And there you go. And, of course, at 100 will get you a 91 Brian Roberts, a player, that deserves so much, because he was a great player for the Orioles, a great switch hitter. He could hit for power, a little bit and stuff, but he could only hit like maybe close to 20 home runs, mostly 14 and 15, I think. I don't know what is the most, he hit in his career with Baltimore. I mean, I probably should look that up, but he probably is not listed on the MLB app because sometimes they have players on here that, that they should really have on here, and some, they don't. Here we go, Brian Roberts, they do have him. So he pretty much finished his career with 97 career home runs and a 276 career average, and the most he hit with Baltimore was actually 18, and that was in the year of 2005. So I'm thinking that this card is from 2005, and I don't think it was. Let me see. 10. Actually, it kind of is. It's kind of like his 2004, 2005 card. I mean, 2004 and 2005, he had good years at Baltimore. Had 175 hits and 176 hits. He was an all-star in 2005. Not in 2006, he wasn't. Played in 138 games. He was probably a little bit injured. 159 was the most he played in, which he did twice at Baltimore in 2004 and 2009. Yeah, he came up mostly as a shortstop, but he then played second base because of Jerry Hairston Jr., and Brian Roberts just wanted him getting more playing time because Roberts, being a switch hitter and also good fielding as well. But even though his fielding is only 74 and his speed is 78, which should be a little bit higher in my opinion. And of course his power, which is not too much, but hoping to get the card. All I got to do is finish this program, and we might be able to get closer to him, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Now some other ones. So we also got a May Spotlight program, and this one is for and here we have a 88 Mick Abel, a 88 Moises Ballesteros, and then we have a 92 Wilmer Flores of the San Francisco Giants, of course. And the moments, all this stuff that you have to do, but I haven't really gotten there yet. I've been doing like all this stuff, and the stats you got to do on here as well, and the collections. Also got a 92 Will Benson and a 92 Merrill Kelly. But I don't really bother, try and get them because of the fact that they go for too much. Then we also got a 88 Christian Koss, 88 Justin Henry Malloy, and 88 Nick Kurtz. So, yeah. And the Lightning collections, all this stuff here. And well, I haven't gotten Jason Dominguez yet. That's because I haven't finished it. No wonder. Got 88 Matthew Lugo, 88 Stephen Kolek, and, of course, 91 Jason Dominguez. I really got to finish all that. I don't have any of the moments done either, okay? And the extreme moment, if you play this one, it'll net you 30, and you have to score 21 runs, though, and pitch 9 innings. And it's on All-Star, so yeah. And the tops now ones, 88 Eric Fetty, 88 Kate Horton, and 88 Drake Baldwin. Just those cards over there, get them if you want. And I finished the other ones, but those I haven't, but I will eventually. And of course the Conquest, as I mentioned, and on the Diamond Quest, probably should go over this. So got some new rewards, it looks like. So where exactly is the oh, there it is. Okay. So for this one, we've got a 64 Darren O'Day and a 64 Nolan Ryan. And of course, that's the Diamond Quest one. And y'all also got a 91 Harrison Bader and a 91 Prince Fielder. And of course, to do all that stuff, you got to do the quest thing, and you got to build your squad, and do all that stuff. Right now, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll do that probably another time. Or maybe later, or maybe off camera. So, and the XP pack, the reward path, there's 9 days left on it. I still haven't really finished it. I still got to get Matt Cain and the bosses, either a 92 Bernie Williams. Are they still going for a lot in the marketplace? Not really. They've gone all the way down. Way down. That 92 Eric Gagne and that 92 Trevor Story. Now, of course, I'd like to probably get... I'll probably get 2 of them, well, you can, actually, because there are 2 of them. I forgot. Yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah, I probably would choose Bernie Williams and Trevor Story because both of them had pretty good speed, but this one only has 67, which is crazy, and Trevor Story with 86. Eric Gagne I don't really care for using because of the fact that I don't really do well with him, and he doesn't really throw a sinker. If he had a sinker, I think he would be a little bit more dominant. And at the end of the program, you get a deluxe pack, with these things here. Alright, so let's probably go back to the Conquest, probably see if we can finish this. The next one we're probably going to do is the Yankees, get them out of the way. And we have to use our number 2 pitcher. First I want to get all their territories out of here before I do that. Trying to see if it's raining yet. It's supposed to rain here in Baltimore. Sorry, I haven't really been doing videos either. I've been trying to, but being busy with work, is the main reason. And also because I've been tired, I just don't feel like making a video. I'm not going to get on Discord and talk to some of my friends. I've been trying to get back in the swing of that. If any of them see this video, not sure if they will, but hey guys. Alright. Then the Chicago White Sox will have to get, but they're not really too difficult. But the last one will be the Dodgers. And we also got the Los Angeles Angels and the Chicago Cubs. It looks like it's raining, because it's on the radar here, and it's kind of, in our area. Yeah, probably around 3:30. It's going to get a little heavy. Yay. I love heavy rain. As long as it doesn't thunder. Well, if it thunders in the daytime, that's okay, but as long as it's not severe. We also got the Cubs as well. I think I forgot about them. And Dodgers, we'll have to get... Let's put 24 for that one and put some down here so we can get some Los Angeles Angels out. Yeah, I had to get another controller, as I mentioned. I forgot to talk about it, but I wound up just getting a plain white controller. I was going to get maybe a different one. I like the ones that are different colored, you know. My favorite one is the black one. I don't have it because I wound up, I think, I can't remember if I sold it or, I know it didn't break. I know that. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't, I swear. It wasn't me. It was the one-eyed man. Alright, I did it. I'm glad, I tell you. And then down here, we'll have to get some against them. Let's get this one out of here, hopefully. There we go. Thank you. Of course, the Cubs will put more up there. Nice try. Yeah, you gotta get them territories out of there. And once you finish this one, you will get a deluxe choice pack and 4,500 XP, but that's just, you know, the extra stuff. Alright, here we go. Time to face the awful Wankies. And we're going to use Corey Kluber. You know, he's a common, but yeah. We're facing Max Fried. Okay. I think I got 4 lefties in the lineup, though. That shouldn't be a problem. Today is my Uncle Kurt's birthday.
Ready to go. Today's starting pitcher,
my uncle, no, I haven't really seen him in quite some time, you know, but I've been texting him as me and my aunt. We went to the baseball game, and he saw the video that I sent him and stuff, and he really liked it. Yep. Here we go. That might go. Yeah, Will. Good job, Ian.
First batter of the game leaves the yard. And they jump out.
Max Fried is doing pretty good for the New York Yankees. He's like 5-0 or something. I got under it.
Left field. Dominguez sizing this one up. Corrals it.
Take a look here and
so digging in, Babe Ruth.
Look at the stats. I mean, even though we might have some baseball going on.
Good contact
anyway,
and good average.
Wow, he has 7.
Pitchers. Off. He was late.
Max Fried currently is 7-0 with the Yankees, 67 strikeouts and a 1.29 ERA. So yeah, he's doing pretty darn good. I wish the Orioles would have got him, but of course we did not. The Yankees always have to go for people like that and take them away from us. Yep. They got him while we got Charlie Morton and signed Kyle Gibson. But Kyle Gibson, unfortunately, didn't do great for us. Charlie Morton has gotten off to a very rough start with us. But he pretty much has been turning it around a little bit. Actually, more than a lot. Charlie Morton was moved to the bullpen, and he did really well, and now he pitched a rotation. He did give up 2 runs, but the Orioles did get the win against the St. Louis Cardinals yesterday. All right.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1.
I like using Corey Kluber. I like what he throws.
On the ground.
Don't tell me that's going to be a hit.
From his knees, the throw.
Almost got him.
And the leadoff
they don't have the challenge on here, so we can't really do that. And remember, this is a common pitcher, so it's a little bit more different for the hitters when they're facing a common pitcher.
Nothing doing. Count moves to 1-1. Just missed.
Max Fried was 7-0 in 2020 with the Braves and the shortened baseball season. Even though 2020 should never have happened, but I always say that because it's true. Now we got
first and second.
nobody out. No.
Here comes Aaron Judge. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And Judge spoils that one.
Come on, Kluber, get this guy out, please. Barely.
Bellinger at second.
Circle
at first
change.
with no outs.
Come on, Judge would have went after that. And Aaron Judge is doing really, really good right now. Man. Aaron Judge so far has 18 home runs, while Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers is leading, which is
lifted in the air, right center field.
Crazy. You know, Aaron Judge was leading for some time, but now it's Ohtani. Thank God he didn't go to third. Got a bad throw. Kyle Schwarber with 18, Cal Riley with 17, Corbin Carroll with 15, Eugenio Suarez, his teammate in Arizona, also with 15. No! I hate when they do that. I hate that, but he's going to be out at third. Well, he would have been out if... Oh, my God. I got the perfect throw, but I thought he was sure he was out.
Just missed.
Damn it.
Looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
Gotta get Trent Grisham round out to a double play, hopefully. That should have been 2 outs. There we go.
Huge strikeout there.
Volpe.
Up to bat next. Lays off.
Now Kluber's out of energy, so he's not going to be able to pitch the second inning.
For a strike, and now it's even. Tied up here in the
I haven't played MLB The Show in a while, too. I mean, I might be a little bit rusty, but I don't think so, because I know how to play the game. My God, look at this. And that's going to get past him. The runner is probably going to score, but... Oh, he is going to try and score, and he's going to score. No, he isn't. Thank you. Get out of here. Because I can get the perfect throw, but it doesn't matter. He was out.
Richie Sexton.
Sorry. Come on. Why was that not drilled?
The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. Jim Edmonds digs in now.
Oh, my God.
Volpe. 2 down.
Taylor Ward has 15. Hero Armstrong with 14. Logan O'Hoppe. Ichiro Seiya Suzuki with 14. Spencer Torkelson with 13. James Wood with 13. I think that's Willer Abreu of the Boston Red Sox. I'm not really saying the teams, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's Willer Abreu. No Orioles, unfortunately, because the only Oriole that is close to there, I think, is I'm trying to think who has the most home runs with the Orioles. I don't think it's Cedric Mullins.
The 0-2 to third.
Oh my God! And swinging like pieces of shit like that.
And it's a 1-2. Back here in New York, leading off Ben Rice.
I gotta make a pitching change, unfortunately.
New pitcher now.
Tanner Scott.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Please don't hit this out.
Got him.
Wow, good one.
Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
That's out to center field. Out.
Edmonds settles under it. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
No, it's not Adley.
2 outs,
maybe it is Cedric with the most, but I don't really think it is.
Jason Dominguez.
Westberg is on the injured list, but I don't know. I don't think it's him.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Strike this guy out, please.
And that one missing low.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not giving the fastball.
Next offering is down low.
2-2 down.
On.
Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Swing
there we go. Okay.
Welcome back.
And
here
comes
the closer, Luke Weaver.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Craig Biggio.
Yeah, forget it. I think it's Cedric Mullins has the most for the Orioles.
Swinging a foul out of play.
Stop throwing it there.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Ball 2. You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Okay,
that one misses.
All right, walk will be fine.
And that's ball 3.
It is Mullins with 10. Okay. Well, he has 10. You know, that's pretty good, even though he's kind of been in a a little bit of a funk, but he will probably get out of it.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much.
That's
to
some
think
good
about.
speed on there.
Back to the top of the order now.
Then next is Rhino Hearn with 8 and Gunnar Henderson with 7. I did not know Gunnar had 7. Another ball thrown by Weaver. Jackson Holiday with 6 and Ramon Laureano with 6, but he's on the injured list now. There we go. That's going. That's going to go. There's no way it's going to stay in. Well, it does stay in. That's all right. No, 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 no. Damn it. Frickin' got thrown out at second. Tried to get back. If I went for the triple, I would have been out for sure. Got a little excited there, but that's all right. Got me all excited. That should have been a home run for Kinzer. I mean, that really should have. Come on. This is better in difficulty. This is not hard. Westberg with 4, but he's doing a rehab tonight in Norfolk with Colton Cowser. 2 Orioles, and he'll probably be returning soon. Cowser, well, when he comes back, he'll
swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Heston Kerstad will probably be sent down, and for the Orioles, for Westberg, who will be sent down, it probably would be, I would say, Emmanuel Rivera, unfortunately. I mean, I know a lot of people like him, but Ramon Urias isn't going to go anywhere, neither is Mateo, even though some wanted to be Mateo, but Mateo's actually been doing all right. I know people would disagree, but yeah.
Back in New York. Here comes Cody Bellinger.
All right. This one's going to go, I think. All right, it didn't.
Fouled off.
Throws through straight fastballs.
Late swing, foul to the left.
All right, I'm on.
Swing
Thank you.
And a miss, struck him out.
Another lefty. All right, leave him in.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss.
All right.
1 out, base is empty. That misses the
zone.
1-2 to count. And there's a ball.
Come on, dude. All right, he took it.
3 straight strikeouts.
All right, gonna have to make a pitching change here.
Fly to right.
Going with Raleigh fingers. Not gonna bring in Duran. Got to get the save.
To the game.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin
now it'll be the
very
extra
high
inning
and
rule.
breaks a ton.
I said ghost runner earlier, but I don't think that's pretty much it anymore. It's just extra inning rule, as they call it.
Cuts on it.
Nice.
Welcome back.
And Mark Leiter Jr.
Mark Leiter Jr. And he has some nasty breaking stuff.
That's a hit. There we go. Not going to get the runner home. It's Frank Thomas.
And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody
Adley
out.
Rushman might be on the 7-day injured list for concussion or something, but he's still on the roster.
It feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Sexton swings through it for strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Come on, Sexton. Got to get it airborne. Something to the gap. I mean, double play, will not be great. Oh, that's okay. 1 out.
So digging in.
Sorry, I got a little frustrated there because I know I got to stop swinging them pitches like that. I have a very good eye. That wasn't good. And that's going to be a double play. Damn it.
Back now in the Bronx. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. And that's downstairs. Ball 1.
Hate the Yankees.
Swing and a miss.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
And 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit.
Now.
Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2.
Goldschmidt.
In the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Wow, he fouled that off. Thank you.
Struck him out. And now 1 away.
Lefty coming up.
Now here's Trent Grisham. He struck out swinging at his first at bat.
Brandon Hader. I get the XP up with him too. This might do it.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
This guy's got good power with one swing. He
Come
can
on.
win for him. And the slider just misses.
Yeah, he throws two-seamer. There we go. Get your ass down.
Stepping in now for the Yankees. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Okay. Same one.
To the right side, Kinsler.
Don't take no bad hop, and it doesn't. All right, here we go. Say if I want a pinch run for Jim Edmonds, nah. Leave him in.
Fielder James Wood.
Oh man, if that was a fair ball, would have been a run to score. You know, he would have scored for sure. There we go. All right. That will score the runner. Now we got the lead.
And that's a leadoff double.
Well done. Drives in the run. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And now, Craig Biggio.
That's going to go down the line. There we go.
The extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. To second, but way too late. Safe there.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Punched that one down the line for
Devin Williams into the game.
He's got a wicked breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs an out.
So up next, Ian Kinsler. He's already homered in this game.
Come on, I got to stop doing that.
Makes the
would have been funny if that would have dropped.
And there's one away. Now the third baseman, George Brett. 0 for 2 in this one. And that one hammered.
I think he's going to catch that. No, he's not. That's going to go into the gap. And over the wall. That's a ground roll double.
Automatic double. A run comes into the play. Now it's the right fielder, Babe Ruth. 1 for 2. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Ball, that's too high.
Brett, the runner at second with one away.
He really committed to that fastball.
Gotta check the team if they're these and see if I'm getting the XP to go up against players. That should be getting some rewards, you know, if I do, or unless you can't do it and play versus computer or Conquest. Play versus CPU.
Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking. Foul ball.
Just foul.
The 2-2.
Damn it.
Struck him out. Now 2 away. So here's the cleanup hitter, Frank Thomas. And that one fouled off. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Pitch misses.
Okay.
It's a ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in extra innings.
Okay, never mind.
Run, throw to first.
Oh, he's getting through. All right. Now this guy got the save.
We head to the bottom of the fifth.
Warm up Duran. Let Hader pitch to the lefty.
Fastball for a strike.
Right.
You know, these Yankees need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far.
All right, let's bring in Duran.
So they turn to
hopefully get this save.
Duran.
Nice and easy.
Closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball.
Once again, if I get this save, and then it gets... Oh, he's going to be out. Thank you. I don't know why he was doing that.
Keep chipping away until you break through.
And once I get the save, and then it'll get us some points in that program for the rivalry thing. And I want to finish the Conquest. And there we go. Got it. All right, now I got to check the team affinities for the first one, see what's going on with that. Okay, got a Yankees thing. Okay, so I must be getting something. But let me still check it. You gotta get the hits, you know, with the person. Okay, so I got that done with him. Then we gotta get the XP with him as well for 20,000 points, which will put it at 30. Okay, so yeah, it's working. Yeah, I didn't mention the Color Rush ones, the new team affinities. So for the Yankees, 91 Luis Gil, despite he is injured right now, and he'll probably be back probably sometime in July, I think, for the Yankees. But he is one of them. I didn't go over the collections either for the Moonshot players. So here we are, the Moonshot. If you collect 16 of the Moonshot players, then you will get a 91 Carlos Delgado, which looks like a really, really good card. Carlos Delgado is always a great card to use, nonetheless. But a bunch of others, you know, in here too. Probably some I didn't mention. We also got a 79 Rich Gossage. I don't know where you get him. I mean, he must be somewhere, I guess. Then we also got a 79 Tom Seaver. And we went over that person and him. Yeah, I mentioned him. Yeah, I did. These players I pretty much mentioned. I'm just looking for names on here that I did not mention. Okay. Let's see. We got an 89 Jesse Winker. We said him. I know there was someone here, you know, that I did not talk about. We got a 91 Tony Gwynn. I, again, don't really know how you get him. It might be, again, I don't really know. It might be that missions thing or something. That's what I'm probably guessing. But if you collect 16, I already mentioned that, Carlos Delgado. And if you collect 30, you get a 91 Yasmani Grandal. Not really a big fan of Yasmani Grandal a lot. And if you get all 41, then you get 92 Byron Buxton. That looks like a really good card, you know, good contact. Power against righties is 102 and 90 for lefties. And good speed as well with 84. And here's another one, a 93 Cedric Mullins, which I wish that I would get, but the price is a little bit outrageous right now. I wish I had 1 million stubs, you know, but I'm not putting any money into the game to get stubs. Even if they're like 50% off or anything like that, I still wouldn't do it. I don't really want to put money in the game. And there you go. Now for the other ones, the Color Storm. So I don't think I'm going to do it that way. I'll just do it this way, like go through every team. Excuse me. So for the Orioles, and looking at stuff one here for how we get there. Okay? And if you do, like, the moment and stuff, it'll be, like, worth 10,000 XP. And you get 2 uniforms. The unfortunate City Connect ones. Ugh. Sorry. And the alternate ones, which are better, than those, for sure. Then your reward is a 91 Colton Cowser. Once again, he's on the injured list, but he is working his way back. The milkman, as they call him. The Red Sox is 91 Masataka Yoshida. He's injured, though, and he should be back in probably the month of early July, I'm assuming, as I was reading it earlier. See, for players that are hurt. Then we also got, for the Rays, 91 Josh Lau. Decent card, nothing really spectacular to say about it. The Blue Jays, 91 Jeff Hoffman, which looks like a really good card to have. Kind of disappointed he joined the Orioles, but I'm alright with it. For Cleveland, we have 92 Bo Naylor. The Royals, 91 Michael Wacha. I don't know why some of them are 91 and 92, but the one being 92, that's pretty crazy. The Detroit Tigers, 91 Javier Baez, as he's actually been doing pretty well, despite them Tigers, the way they've been, playing against the Orioles, it's crazy, but hopefully the Orioles start turning it around. Then the Twins, 91 Royce Lewis. The Chicago White Sox, and of course I can't remember, I'm trying to take a guess here. I was going to say that Burke guy, but no, it's Andrew Benintendi. He's at 92. The Houston Astros, 91 Brian Abreu. Don't really care for that card. I don't really care for using him. 92 Brian Wu for the Seattle Mariners. Looks like a good card. The Texas Rangers, 92 Jack Leiter, who I believe is the son of Al Leiter, and I thought Mark Leiter Jr. was as well, but I can't really remember. The Athletics, 91 Brent Rooker. Looks like a decent card, and same thing with the Jack Leiter one, but yeah, she looks pretty good. This is probably everybody's favorite, 91 Ben Joyce for the Angels, and yeah, his fastball usually hits over 100 a lot of times, and I think this is probably one of the cards that the people really, really like. But yeah, that's it for the American League. Now the National League, the Phillies, 91 JT Realmuto. Probably would be good to use if I get him because of my catcher, Adley Rutschman, being downgraded to a gold, which is crazy in the recent roster update. The Mets, 91 Mark Vientos. Another good card, looks like. The Atlanta Braves, 91 Austin Riley. Decent one. The Washington Nationals, 91 Keibert Ruiz. Not better than JT Realmuto, in my opinion, but an alright card. The Miami Marlins, 91 Xavier Edwards. Really good speed and can steal a lot of times, too. It could probably be like a bench bat, possibly. I don't know if he'd be in the lineup. Now the National League Central, as we just finished the East. Now to here. The Milwaukee Brewers, 91 Sal Frelick. Yeah, Sal Frelick. Sal. What's wrong with a guy named Sal? Nothing. And there's nothing really I can say about that card. 91 Victor Scott II for the Cardinals. Decent one. I mean, not really something I want to use, despite he has 99 speed. But I don't think I would really use him that much. The Chicago Cubs, 91 Nico Horner. I used him a good amount of times in MLB The Show last year. I think I got his diamond card up to his gold card up to parallel 4, I think, and not parallel 5. I tried to. But yeah, I mean, he's really not too bad and stuff. The Cincinnati Reds, and of course these are all the current players, no flashbacks. Nick Lodolo. I like Nick Lodolo. I mean, I probably would use him. The Pittsburgh Pirates, and no, it's not Paul Skeens. It is 92 Jared Jones. Don't really understand that. You know, I'm pretty sure they were probably hoping it was going to be him, Paul Skeens, or probably even Andrew McCutcheon. But nonetheless, still looks like a pretty decent card. The Los Angeles Dodgers, and no, it's not Ohtani or Betts. It is 91 Blake Trinan, and I think that looks like a pretty good card, you know, because I like to use Blake Trinan. I would definitely go after him. The San Diego Padres, 92 Jake Cronenworth. Kind of surprised it's not Machado, but Cronenworth is all right, you know, decent. Not better than Machado, I wouldn't think, you know, but and not overrated like Machado. Some of these have like 2 jerseys in this pack, and this one only has 1 for the Diamondbacks. But anyway, 91 Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Nice hair. Not. Don't even like the card. San Francisco Giants, 91 Jung-Hoo Lee. Looks like a pretty decent card once again. And the last one for the Colorado Rockies, is it that closer? No, it's Ezequiel Tovar, that's right. A guy that I think is possibly going to get traded from the Rockies to another team. Possibly the Yankees, probably because of what happened to their shortstop or their infielder, Oswaldo Cabrera. But I don't think Cabrera really was a shortstop. I think it was a third baseman. Unless they might move Anthony Volpe, because I think he's a shortstop. They'll probably move him to third base and put Tovar at shortstop. But once again, I just concede the possibility of him getting traded. I don't think he's going to stick with the Colorado Rockies. But anywho, now the other ones, Battle Royale stuff, you know, not really stuff to go over there. In the ranked seasons, we did that. The events, we have a gold standard event. And nothing really here. Just I'm still getting close to 50 to get Rafael Palmeiro of the Texas Rangers. And we got the World Series ranked rewards thing where you can pick 1 of 4 players. I would probably choose Chipper Jones because of the fact that, you know, I'm a huge Chipper Jones fan. Martin Tehigo, even though if I would get him, it would get me closer to that John Donaldson card. But I really don't have any intention of, you know, getting that John Donaldson card. I haven't even used him at all. But I probably would just go for Chipper Jones. And at 100, you get Mike Piazza. And then you can even sell him if you want to, you know, just a card, you know, if you just don't really want him. But I probably will use him if I, you know, make it to 100 there, even though it ends in 2 weeks. But yeah. Then we also got 93 Brian Dozier, which is the next card they wound up introducing that was actually announced today. And looks like a decent card. I mean, I don't really use Brian Dozier a lot. And then, of course, 50 packs, get all the way to 150. There you go. Of course, this stuff still got to get stuff done with the All-Star, Josh Hader, or even the Moonshot, it says. Okay, but it has to be in the ranked seasons, ranked co-op, battle royale, events, or weekend classics. The runs, home runs, got to get. And next one will be Rafael Palmeiro, and then you have to get Mike Piazza, and the third one, and try and get Brian Dozier. So, yeah. Yeah, but in this one, of course, you only use gold batters, as it says, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah. I was going to finish the Conquest. Probably try and do that, but let's see how long we've been doing our stream. Well, we've been over an hour, so okay. Just looking. All right, next one's going to be the White Sox. So let's do that. Cliff Lee will now start. Okay. See how this shall go.
All right, ready to get underway. And now, Ian Kinsler. Out to short. Now the throw to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. So digging in, George Brett. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties.
Okay, that'll drop.
Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Wastes no time there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back
should
there.
Go.
A dive. And
well, it didn't, but it got by him.
Coming around.
Stay at third. All right. Probably would have been safe. Wasn't really too sure. I know I got to be more confident.
Double into the gap, and when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're.
Ooh, there we go.
Absolutely belted.
Why are they holding up?
And it's off the wall. One runs in.
Because they thought the outfielder was running toward it like he was going to catch it.
He's there with a double.
Got to be feeling great about that double. Big spot, and he drives in too. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Cal Ripken Jr. now at the plate as he swings through strike one.
Nice one. There we go.
Liner, base hit. Runner holds at third, respecting the big arm at center field.
I think it's
Seems
raining
like he
too
got
as well.
Exactly what he was looking for right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Thomas
on the radar on here. It is raining. Damn it.
That one ripped.
I caught it. Dang it.
The wall.
Luckily, everybody's safe.
Man, that's one of those at-bats
Sorry
where
about
you
that,
have
folks.
to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Come on.
It's a bullet, but it goes foul. Outside low, and the count even 1-1. Late on that fastball.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead.
Probably after this, probably take a break and probably watch the rain a little bit.
Still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Runners on first and third. 2 away. And he chases that one. Back here on the south side. Now it's the shortstop, Brooks Baldwin. Yeah, there's the strike.
I like using Cliff Lee, like the selection, or the pitches that he throws and stuff. And he's a good lefty. Maybe. I should have let it go foul.
Not in time. That's a bunt single. And now it's going to be Michael A. Taylor. That clips a corner.
And again, it may not have went foul. Okay, this will probably work. Hurry. There we go. Oh, sneeze coming on for a second. That's another thing. I'm sneezing a lot too. I don't know, but I haven't sneezed since a couple days ago, I think.
Really nice footwork and a good feed to second was the key to.
I've been feeling well. I mean, I did have a temperature, a little bit more.
And a swing and a miss.
Right.
Welcome back.
That's more runs, hopefully.
Start the second. Number 61.
Just trying to keep this one close here. And
I need to look for one of those things for your phone.
To fight back into the game.
A MagSafe charging block, or charger thing. I'm going to look on Amazon, see if they have any, and I can have one delivered maybe today.
To the inning on that first
MagSafe
pitch.
battery
He's
pack.
Want that one back, no doubt.
Foul ball. Throughout his career, Biggio was as durable as just about anyone. In 20 seasons, he played at least 140 games 16 times. Tuchman on the run towards the line. Hauls it in for the out. So the batting order turns over. And now here is Ian Kinsler. Grounded out to short in his first trip. Pop foul out of play off to the right. 2 down, nobody on. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Dive in, makes the grab.
Unbelievable.
We head to the bottom of the second. Right. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Luis Robert Jr. Lee back to work. Robert measures 6 feet 2 inches, 27 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH.
Ow, barely. Don't hit this out.
Swings through
there
that
we go.
It's a strikeout. Here's Mike Tuchman. That one's in there, 0-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Strike this guy out, hopefully.
Swing and a ball popped
drop.
in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Edgar Caro in the box now. Takes
Okay,
strike one.
got that one.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Hauls it in for the out. And the batter now, Chase Maidra. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
0-1's the count.
And strike 2.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball.
Okay.
If he can get in that location,
inning.
boy, you've got to look.
Reaching down.
A couple more runs would be
Start
good.
the third, and there's a new arm on the mound, Tyler Gilbert.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Brett, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. 1 down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him instead of a line drive or something.
Oh, now this ball is driven into the left center field gap. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit. And now Frank Thomas. He swings and fouls one off.
That cutter like that. This is veteran difficulty.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Throws across the diamond, and there's 2 down.
Good two-seam action right there. Running away from the batter. Rolled over it. Got the ground out.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Cal Ripken Jr. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a base hit.
Hey.
And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
On a line out towards
I'm
center.
not going to score another runner.
Taylor puts it away.
Oh, well.
And that is that. Back at right field. Here's the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Warm up the closer.
That's in there, and it's 0-1. Right side. Throw over to Thomas. One up, one down. Andrew Vaughn now. Yohan Duran comes out trying to close it out.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down.
Okay, 2 outs
get out
now.
of here with the W.
That's out number 2.
All right.
So they're down to their final out. Brooks Baldwin steps to the plate for the White Sox. And there's a foul ball.
Now, this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
And a swing and a miss. This could end it.
And strike him out.
And
yep,
swing
there we go.
And that is the ball game.
All right, so now we beat the White Sox, but we still have a few more teams to do, but I'm probably going to do that off camera. Like I said, I'm going to stop the stream, just take a little break, and probably watch the rain a little bit, maybe do a live video of it on my Instagram or something. Got Jose Siri, and got one of them Orioles icons. I think I did get some packs, so I got one there. Alright, so let's I got 5. Okay, let's open them. Hopefully get some luck in the video on a good note. I highly doubt it. Yeah. I just go through all of them. I don't auto flip all. I just go through them and see if I get anything. Nothing. I didn't know it was Chase McDermott, the Oriole right there. And of course, nothing. Alright, well. Oh well. Hope everybody enjoyed this live stream. Just checking the Orioles on here, see if there was a pitcher. Kyle Gibson, if he was on the team listed on here, he struggled with us. But I was just looking to see. I don't think he is. I think he was designated for assignment. He won and so was the Cionel Perez guy. I don't know if he's going to go to the minors or what. Yeah, Kyle Gibson's got to be a free agent again. Well, Colton Cowser will have to be put back on the roster. Kyle Bradish, well, he needs to be, because he is on the roster, and so is Grayson Rodriguez, but the reason they're not on there is because they're injured. Yeah, Tyler Wells, same thing too, but I guess because of all these on there, they don't show the whole entire team. But yeah, I was just looking for Kyle Gibson, seeing if he's on there. There he is, yeah. Yeah, he struggled, unfortunately, but it is a shame, but he wasn't able to repeat what he did with us in 2023. But he'll probably pitch again, but probably for somebody else. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for watching and joining in. Hope you all enjoyed this, and you all enjoy the rest of your day, and you all take care. Thanks again for joining in.